Hey guys, this week we have a very special guest on the podcast. We have Weston Banning, who played Danny Jr. in the movie Goblin. If you haven't seen my video about the movie Goblin, I highly recommend you go watch that before you listen to this, just so you have context and everything, because that's what we pretty much spend the whole entire episode talking about. The link to that video will be in the description and on the screen, I'm sure. But yeah, go follow Weston as well. He's a fucking great dude, and we had a really nice conversation for this podcast. So yeah, enjoy the episode.
All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome back to the podcast. Today's a doozy. We got a very, very special guest today. We have I'd say the star, my favorite character, definitely, in the movie Goblin. We got Weston Banning here.
What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. I gotta hit you with the applause, dude.
Oh my. I never thought I'd hear that for Goblin.
No, it's good. First off, I want to say thank you for, agreeing to come on the podcast. I obviously, it's cool of you to do that because, it seems like you, it's just cool because a lot of people would, probably not do it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, like, it's all in good fun,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I guess first off, I think I owe you an apology. I made some comments about your acting in the video.
No,
that I'm not very proud of.
No. Dude, it's actually so hilarious that, I think one of the first jokes he made about it was, this kid reminds me of someone that was a ninth grader that was in a theater and drama class only because the workshop wasn't full. But what's actually hilarious? That's true? Actually what it was.
Oh,
that's actually what it was. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
I joined. So there was this girl, and I really, really liked her. And she was in theater and she was in the drama class. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna join the drama class to get close to her. And a couple months you know how it is. A couple months passed by and nothing is working. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get in a fucking movie.
Let's go.
And I was I'm gonna really secure this bag. Yeah, and I did.
And did that help with the girl? Did she start dating you after?
I mean, it was an odd flex, but shit passed way before Goblin came out, and yeah,
that's so funny. So I kind of hit the nail on the head there.
Right? You did. That was my first time literally doing anything.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, I will say, I feel like if you were given better dialogue, maybe you would have been able to, maybe flex the acting muscle a little bit more, you know what I mean? Because it's the way I'm picturing it is if you were to Michelangelo, you were all right, man, you got to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, but you're only allowed to use a blue Crayola fucking marker, right? It's gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be as good as it could be. So and you are the Michelangelo of acting, so
thank you. Yeah, so, but I definitely felt locked into a caricature. I don't know if that's the right word,
right?
But definitely locked into that stereotype. And anytime I'd try to break out, it was nope, we got to redo it again. Right. It's gotta be this way.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I would love to know. I mean, I guess it's we can only assume that Danny Jr. was the way that he was because his father is such an asshole, right? But I would have loved just a little bit of backstory, maybe some more dimensions to Danny Jr., right? Because it was sort of, the character was sort of just one note the whole time. It was just like, fuck you, I don't care about anything. All I care about is music, or whatever he did. But,
yeah, it was definitely like super one-dimensional, and I mean, there was like an opportunity for it to go a little bit, but I mean, I guess they just didn't think of that. But I mean, no hate on like the directors.
Oh no, not at all. They made a decision, they made a creative decision, and there's nothing wrong with that. I did want to. So you said that this was like your first sort of like it's her first movie, basically. It's her first, like, have you ever done any sort of acting at all before that? Like, I remember, like, did you do, like, stage stuff or anything like that?
Before this, I did literally one competition for, like, because I was in the class, you had to do, like, just a scene at a competition. And so I just did that. And then the movie was literally my next thing.
Damn. You skipped a bunch of steps. I respect it. You're like, fuck, I'm doing a feature right now, dude.
Sometimes you just gotta send it, you know.
So what was
No, yeah, but
sorry, go on.
Oh no, okay. But like definitely after that, I definitely was like, okay, I kind of like this, but I never want to have what just happened to happen ever again. So like I took I took a lot of lessons. I took like singing and dancing lessons, and
cool.
I did theater all throughout high school, alongside like sports and stuff.
Right.
And now I do collegiate and professional stuff down here, right by actually where we filmed Goblin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's huge.
Definitely a turn of events.
Yeah, wow. So you definitely oh man, so many questions. So going forward, you definitely want to do more films, more acting and stuff for sure.
Yeah, see, I realized I got to the point where I was like, okay, I know that I'm not ready, and I know like whatever I do, it's just after Goblin, it needs to be good, and it needs to be a solid performance.
It's tough to top
totally. Yeah, I mean, it's a toughie, but I'll try. But yeah, so now I'm sort of getting to the point where I've had like 3 or 4 years of lessons and stuff that I feel like, okay, maybe I can start like auditioning for like agencies and movies and stuff.
For sure. Yeah. Because how old were you when you filmed Goblin?
So I was like 15. It was a long time ago. Yeah, and now I'm 19.
Oh, damn. So they
it's been a while.
Why? And it came out in 2020. So that's do you know why was there such like a long time between filming and release?
So I think the pandemic had something to do with it, or pandemic, I'm like,
for sure.
But it was just a long time editing. That's what I thought, because I was always texting the people. I was like, yo, when's this
for sure,
cinematic masterpiece coming out?
Yeah,
I need to see it. But they would always just tell me it's coming, and then I eventually got to a point where I was just stopped asking, and then one day I stumbled upon the trailer on YouTube, and it was quite an experience.
So they didn't even tell you; they just dropped the trailer. They were like, "Fuck it, he'll find out."
Well, they told me, but I was just like doing I was like just looking up stuff, and then like Goblin, and then it came up. I was like, yo,
let's
no
go.
Way.
So what was that feeling like when you first saw the trailer? Was it like, there must have been a lot of emotions going on there, because it's like, since so long since you filmed it, especially since from the ages of like 15, and I don't know from how old you are now, I'm sure you've grown up a lot. You're not the same person, obviously. So it's like, that must have been interesting, right? So what were your like thoughts or emotions?
It was definitely crazy to see myself, and because I'd already come so far from like a performer standpoint that I was like, yes, I can see myself. But then I was also feeling that I just like didn't want that to be like the representation of me after I made so much progress. But it was definitely super cool. yeah, it was a super cool feeling just to see myself like in a trailer
For sure.
for anything.
Wow. Yeah, that's I wonder. I mean, they must have spent all that time on all the CGI and stuff. It was a lot, so I'm sure that's why. I'm sure that's why it took so long.
No, but I think about the CGI too. They had this sick ass like prosthetic goblin thing, and one of the sound guys took a picture with it, and it's like this cool like prosthetic arm that they wore and they used, and then they laid over it with CGI, and I just don't understand because it was so badass. It was like it reminded me of like Alien or something.
Yeah.
So like just those claws and stuff. It was so cool. But then
that
killer
scene,
CGI.
That's so frustrating. I love practical stuff way more than CGI. I feel like most people would feel the same. But like that one scene is like your death scene basically. When like when you look out the window for your like headphones or whatever, and then the goblin like grabs your head. Was that originally the prosthetic, or is that always going to be CGI?
So they didn't use the prosthetic for that. That one was always like I just looked outside of a window, and then they were like, "Okay, we got it."
Oh, they're like, cut. We got the shot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
That's a wrap on Danny Jr. Just looking out the window. That's so. I guess. So when would they use the prosthetic for that one? Oh, actually, for that one scene, I got a sound effect for you. For this scene.
Oh God.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh God.
So, I wasn't actually there when they filmed that scene, but I think that's what they used because I would just assume that's like what they would have to use. But they always had the prosthetic there, and they had like a picture with it that they posted later.
Oh, cool.
I just don't know why they didn't use it. It was so cool.
That's frustrating. I feel like that would have been. I mean, I'm sure they had their reasons, but
definitely.
So, also when so how did you hear? Like, how did they find you? It was like an open casting call for Goblin, or like how did you hear about it?
So there's this website. So like on my hunt to become like go in a movie, there's this website called Backstage where you pay $20 and it's like an agency thing. And you get a bunch of casting calls, and then I put like ones near me, and after like months of searching and stuff, and like submitting, and I wasn't getting anything back. I was like, dang, maybe this plan isn't gonna work. Maybe I'm not gonna get the girl. And then I went to go actually delete my account because it was gonna spend another $20, and I was like, I don't have $20. And then I went to go delete it, and then I saw a notification, and then my life changed forever. And then it was like, yo, we saw your stuff.
Let's go. That's huge.
We want you to make album.
I mean, that must have been pretty cool, though, right? That must have been sick, seeing that notification.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then they had me go to like a Starbucks nearby, and they asked me to read for it, and I did a terrible job. I don't know how I got it. I literally the most base stuff ever. And then they told me like, no.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Was it? Oh no. Was it like live?
I was gonna say I was gonna ask like, was it lines from the film that they were giving you to read, or just?
Oh yes, it was. It was just the script.
Word.
And that and they actually told me that someone else auditioned for the part, but was too over the top. So I mean,
oh shit.
You know, Curtis, if you didn't do it over the top, I mean, you might have had Danny Jr. your dream role.
So that was the feedback they had for me. It should have been me.
Yeah.
It should have been me. But I'm glad it was you. That's so interesting. And I feel like that's the case for like so many like stories of people that like getting their first job something. It's like it's always like I was trying so hard, and then I was honestly about to give up, and then something happens. So I think people just need to give up, and it'll work out. Right? I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think you're telling everybody. I think you're telling everybody to give up, and I agree.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Everyone just give up.
Yeah, exactly. You give up and you give in, just like did to the Goblin. You give in to the Goblin, and it all works out for you.
Yeah, but as much as I meme on Goblin, like I used to all my friends, it used to be an inside joke, but now I like it's like an inside joke with 1 point like something.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I love it. I love it. It's actually that's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. And
wow.
I freaking love it.
Oh, thank you.
So good. But as much as I meme on it, it was a cool experience just to like a 15-year-old kid just doing whatever, just going on set to a movie and stuff. So
for sure,
it was a cool experience.
Yeah, that's definitely you're gonna learn a lot doing that stuff, and it's like only gonna help you going forward. So it's like, I had a question about, like, I guess just like what it was like on set. I guess like it's, so obviously a lot of horror movies, a lot of them try to, especially like horror movies without big budgets, I feel like they try to play into the corniness and the cheesiness and like the campiness, I guess, of horror, to try to like a movie like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Have you seen that one? Or it's just like so over the top.
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
And it's so good. It's one of my favorites. But it's like, so when they were filming Goblin, do you think they were trying to sort of play into that, or do you, like, or were they self-aware, or were they just like, this is really scary?
No, so that's another thing that I remember having, and something that kind of led into my acting decisions, I guess.
Yeah.
They were almost taking it too seriously.
Right.
Like it's a $20,000 budget. I mean,
oh wow.
Got the script. Yeah. And so that's why, I mean, I don't know what I was doing when I was 15, but that's why like everything from me was super just stereotypical and like kind of ironically funny and stuff, like funny because it was like kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it's almost like it was just way too serious for what it actually was and like could be. And I think that really got in our way of like, I mean, this could have been a really funny, I mean, not funny, but it could have had some funny moments.
Fun. Yeah.
And it could have been fun. That's definitely what it was. Instead of just this like slow crawl to like going through somewhat of a plot and stuff. We could have like had some really good fun with it. And I feel like that's a extremely missed opportunity that we had.
I'd agree with that. Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about, artistic integrity and really sticking to what they wanted to do. But yeah, I think for a film, especially when you don't have the multi-million-dollar budget to do these crazy like sound design and CGI and like, I don't even like prosthetics and like all that stuff. Like, I feel like you sort of have to like lean into the like cheesiness of a horror genre. And it's like, it's a shame because it could have, like, the idea of a fucking chubby goblin in the suburbs, like running around and just like eating dogs and shit. It's like, and just shitting all over the place is so funny. And then, and the fact that they didn't see that and tried to just be like, no, this is scary. This is really scary. It's like, it is frustrating, but, I mean, it's still a very entertaining movie. I will say that it's very entertaining.
I mean, it's almost so bad that it's kind of good, but there's sometimes like when the music, listening to, I try to watch the movie so many times and then I actually go insane some of the times. Like the music, I mean, if that was like a few places throughout the movie, I'd be like, okay, but it's literally
the whole thing. Yeah, I know. When I was like, I remember I got like halfway through the movie, I was watching it and I was like, am I going fucking crazy, or is this the same song the whole time? And I like kept listening for it. I was like, oh, it's straight up the same track. And
I warn people, like, if anyone watches it, like, be ready to actually go insane to the music. Like, sometimes turn the audio off.
Yeah. It's audio off, subtitles on. you're set. Yeah, I wondered. I mean, that's the other thing I said in my video. It's like I think I know what they were trying to do with that. Like I think they were trying to make the audience uncomfortable. But it's like there's a certain like you got to let the audience breathe for at least like a second. The only time that that music isn't playing is when we hear your music, like Danny Jr.'s music in his headphones. That's the only time. It's interesting decision for sure, but hey.
Yeah. Definitely interesting.
Okay, so did you have like I know films like before they start, shooting on set and stuff, they have like a table read. Did you guys have a table read? Like, did you have one with the cast?
So we did have a table read that was literally the day before we started filming. But I couldn't go to it.
Oh damn.
But yeah, it was super unfortunate, I know.
That would have been interesting to see.
They
that.
Definitely had like table read and stuff. Yeah, okay. It really would have been.
I know. I picture. Have you seen that video of the Game of Thrones cast doing the table read for like the last episode? It's like a video. Oh, yeah. All the cast is like they're reading the last episode, and like you could tell that like all the actors are like, "What the fuck?" Like it's so funny to watch because they're all just like, "Oh, what? This is what they're doing?"
Like what?
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably the same vibes at the fucking the Goblin table read. So
I mean, we all got our scripts before, but I mean,
yeah. So okay, you said the budget was around like 20K? 20 grand?
Yeah,
I mean, like
$20,000.
For what they did for that, that's honestly that's pretty impressive actually. Because filming stuff is fucking expensive. So that is impressive.
No, yeah.
So how many days of shooting were there? Like how long did it take to film?
So I remember. So it was actually funny because I just like straight up ditched school for the entire time.
Awesome. That I was classic Danny Jr.
Yeah.
Skipping school.
Oh, such a menace. But yeah, it was like 2 solid straight weeks of just filming and stuff for just me.
Damn.
Even though I don't really have that much of a part.
I feel like you're in.
Yeah, it was like a long time.
Wow. I mean, I guess that makes sense for like I don't know. I wonder how long like in total for like the main characters and stuff.
Well, I mean, they actually rented out the set that we used was we actually just rented out a house, and apparently they only rented it for a month. So I mean, a month max, 2 weeks minimum.
Wow.
I mean, somewhere in that range.
Crazy. So they had the other house too. Was it 2 houses? Or did they just do a different room or something? Because they were in the other house because Elias, the neighbor.
So what they did, it was actually so funny. They straight up walked across in the neighborhood and they knocked on these guys' door and they're like, "Yo, can we use your house for a movie?"
No way.
And so they literally just like barged in and then like just straight up shot a movie in like these random people's houses.
No way. Wow.
And yeah, that's kind of like the theme too. They asked like the neighbors for one of their trucks, like the first scene, the truck that me and Danny come in, totally wasn't ours. We just asked one of the neighbors and they gave it to us. Yeah. And there was a lot of like obstacles that we had to maneuver around because I mean, just not being like on an actual set and being in a neighborhood, there was kids playing 24/7 and we had to go bribe the kids with like $5 to just shut up because they would not stop yelling when we were filming outside.
My god. No way.
So hilarious.
You had to pay kids to fuck off. Guys, we're filming Goblin. What do you not understand? Holy shit. That's so funny. Do you have any other like I was gonna ask if there's any like weird or like funny stories from like being on set or anything that like, or like a like one like specific memory from it that really sticks out.
I mean, the funniest thing that probably to me on set, probably it was like my first day, and I'm this scared 15-year-old kid. I'm like, oh shit, I'm like way over my head. These people are like actually like doing this, and this guy Danny, the actor that plays for Danny, Joe Cummings, he walks. The first thing he says to me is, "Here, kid, can you take a picture of me?" I'm like, okay, how do you want it? And then he goes like, okay, fine, and then starts acting like he's in a conversation. He's like, does it look like I'm having a conversation? I'm like, yeah, man. And it was literally my first time ever talking to him. And then he would always walk around with like dumbbells and stuff, and like just trying to get a pump in before shooting like every scene.
No way.
So yeah, I think that's my favorite memory from. Actually, no, wait, hold on. I've got a better one. My favorite memory from this. So driving to the set, one day, it was one of the last days of shooting. I was driving to the set, and then my car, like on the way there, started smoking.
Oh no.
And no, yeah, and I was driving. I was like, oh, this is really interesting. And then so I stopped, and then I'd actually assume that I was 16 then when I started filming, if I was able to drive. It was
True.
Probably 16.
Illegally driving.
But then people start coming into the intersection, and then start yelling at me like, "Get out of the car now!" And apparently my car like caught on fire, so I jumped out of the car, and then I just turned around just in time, and the car actually exploded. And I didn't know how to cope with the fact that my car like was literally exploding, so I filmed it, and then I put it on Instagram. I was like, "Yo, my car blew up," and then people were like, "Yo, the movie's looking so good, Weston. It's gonna be sick." And they all thought it was part of the movie.
They thought that you just like volunteered your car to get exploded in a movie.
No, yeah. They're like,
oh, that's so funny. I mean, like, based on the fact that they like would ask neighbors to just use their house, they'd probably be like, "We could just use your car to explode it, right? That's fine."
Yeah, that definitely seems. Yeah,
that's so crazy. Well, I'm glad you didn't. I glad you got out of the car in time. Jeez.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like one of those.
One of the.
What's that? That play. I think is it Macbeth. That if you like say Macbeth on set, then you die or something.
Yeah.
I guess a curse. Maybe that's the Goblin curse. The Goblin curse. If you say Goblin.
Don't say Goblin.
Yeah, your car's gonna fucking explode. So the I guess we could touch on the finale, the epilogue of this movie.
Oh God.
Because it fucking threw me for a loop for sure. And I think I didn't really include. I think there was a weird scene where it was implied that Danny and Sarah kind of did it with each other, I guess. But I didn't really understand. I didn't really get. It was just a weird scene. I didn't really understand it. And then Danny is eaten by the Goblin, and nine months later. The Goblin is living in their backyard shed, shitting everywhere, and Sarah's not cleaning it up. And she brings the Goblin food, and they exchange a weird look. And she's still pregnant, and she doesn't. By the looks of it, it doesn't look like she's I think it was implying, right, that the Goblin and her. That's what I got. Is that what they were? Going for, or is that
so I actually didn't know, because I didn't get the script until then, but I was on set when they filmed that, and they were all having a laugh all just like cracking up, and I come out and then to the living room, and I see them stuffing Ashley Renee, the main actress, like stomach and stuff with like pillows and stuff. And then I'm just like so confused on what's happening, and then they just are like, yeah, she fucked the goblin and stuff. But apparently in the script, it's like it doesn't confirm it, but you got to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I think that's the natural. Yeah, that's so funny that they were laughing. She fucked the goblin, dude. That's so funny.
Yeah, but it's safe to assume that it's definitely Goblin Jr., you know?
Wow. Damn, yeah, that's a crazy fucking... I did not see that one coming, so, I mean, good on them. It
throws everyone through a loop.
I actually did see a comment that was very interesting. On my video, they were like, what if the goblin was Sarah's dead husband, like reincarnated, or like he didn't die in the war, he was turned into a goblin. So that, and then maybe he knows that, she knows that, so then she just, fucked the goblin because that's like her ex-husband, I mean, that's a cool theory too. I mean, there's a lot of possibility there.
See, that's deep. Like, we're gonna need like the film theorist for like this movie. Like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like,
yeah, because then like
now that I think about it,
right? Because why else would you just fuck a goblin? I mean, the only way that it would sort of be okay is if it was like if it was actually your husband, right? Reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would have that be the ending. Like if they were able to explain that, I would want that to be the actual like canon ending. That'd actually be so sick.
That'd be kind of cool, right? Because that's what I was saying. Another part about the movie, Elias, the goblin expert across the street, like even all the time that they had with him to like explain goblins, he could have been like, yeah, when somebody's like husband or partner dies, like sometimes they can come back as a goblin or something. That could have explained it, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Instead of being a goblin hunter and conveniently
right across the street, yeah. But maybe Goblin 2, maybe we'll find out some more stuff.
Who knows?
Dude.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny a Goblin 2.
I'm about to start a fucking petition or a GoFundMe.
Please do.
We need Goblin 2.
There needs to be a sequel.
I'll write it. I don't care.
Yes, please do.
I'll front I'll do 20. We'll do a $21,000 budget. How about that?
That'll show them.
Yeah, bigger and better, right? Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. You said that you just finished a 6-hour shift, and now you're on the pod. You're dude. I respect the hustle, bro. I do.
The grind never really stops, Gotta keep going.
Exactly. You gotta send it. But Weston, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast and chatting with me about your acting career, your time on the Goblin set. And it was just really cool of you to come on. I really enjoyed talking to you. It was awesome, man. So thank you. Do you want to? Where can people find you? If you want to see what's up next in the Weston Banning world, huh?
I mean, if you want to follow my incredible acting journey, you could find me at Weston Banning on Instagram and at Weston Banning on Twitter, and that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah! Well, again, Weston, thank you so much. This was great. I learned a lot. This is really eye-opening. And I'm excited to see what the rest of your career holds. Maybe we can, work together on something in the future. Who knows?
I'd be down.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Peace.
Nice.